Dah. Let dulu. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Hello. Hi everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, we are from Lex 2049, group 162 from I Got News. Okay, today we want to talk about our last section, which is about nature. But for the first, we want to introduce ourselves. I'm SYAKIR bin SHARIF. My matric number 190332.
My name is Haziq. My matric number is 193182.
My name is SUFIA with matrix number 199045.
My name is JIAYU and my matric number is 19521.
Okay, so I think about nature we want to insert to our newspaper. This is a general topic. We can choose any types. Okay, so in our first discussion, who want to start first?
I think you can start first because you're the one who proposed the topic, right? So why not you start first?
Okay. So my opinion, I think I want to put out the title of the benefit to preserve nature. The benefit to preserve nature, and the main highlight is forest. Okay, so first we live in Malaysia. So Malaysia is a developed country. So when developed country, we must rebuild building something that can raise up our economy. So we cannot forget about our forest. Forest is an important nature that we must preserve. So as an organism, we need to depend each other with the other organism that cannot they cannot interact, but they give benefit to us. Like for example, like forest. So by preserve the forest, the benefit of preserve forest, we for the first, forest give oxygen. As we know, the living thing give oxygen to us, and we as a human give carbon dioxide to them. So they are circulate. So this is a good thing for us, because before this we are use like vehicle, something that cannot give us advantage in our respirations. They give bad respirations. So this is the one of the advantage of forest. For the second, the forest can give us to make up our medicines. So as we know, medicine cannot exist without something, right? So for the I think for my research, 80% medicine come from our nature, like forest. So this can help us as a human. We need something to maintain our body in good health. So forest can give us advantage in our health. Next, forest can prevent landslides. Okay, so we know that Malaysia in a season of heavy raining. So by have the forest, they can grab the soil by the root, so it can prevent the landslides. So these are the advantages that I want to highlight. So this is my topic. So anyone have any topic?
I have a question.
Okay.
So we know that based on our economy, it causes the loss of the forest, right? Especially because based on our generation, there are more houses are being built, so deforestation do occur. And based on your opinion, how do we manage this problem?
Okay, like Sophia said, that's right. When we want to village, we must deforestation, right? So, I think we as a student and we as a human, we must plan. Okay, this area we want to build building, but at the surrounding must have like not forest, like what we talk about, landscape or something that can maintain our nature, maintain our cycle. So before do something, we must plan, not for giving our money, the value money. We must plan to circulate our nature, the you know that.
I got your point.
So before do something, we must plan. Not for us, but for our living thing, for habitat, flora and fauna also. So we have learned in college. So we must have the good attitude before build something.
Okay. Before that, I got another one question. Just now you said that 90% of our forest,
80%.
80%.
Okay.
80% is our forest. Can give medicine. Can you give some examples? I mean, the general one. I mean, what kind of medicine and what kind of disease that the medicine.
Oh, that's all.
That's for me. Okay. Before that, you know demam campak.
Yes.
Demam campak. I didn't
Chickenpox,
know.
right?
Chickenpox. Right.
Chickenpox.
So in Malay traditional, before a long time ago, we cannot see doctor. We just use the nature thing, like I did not know the leaf we call it, and we paste at the place that have a chickenpox. So they can. Yeah, that's an advantage of her.
Did you try it?
No, because I live in a modern. I just see the doctor.
Alright.
Okay, I think no more question.
Okay, that's a good topic, I think. So next, maybe Lee, you want to talk?
For my news, I think I want to talk about the air pollution.
Air pollution.
Yeah, for the air pollution is the most common problem in humans being in the natural.
Okay.
Yeah. And air pollution is a concern of the world. Yeah.
Yes.
What is it about?
Yeah.
What?
Concern
of the world.
Concern of the world.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So the news I found today is about what will lead to air pollution and what air pollution will affect.
Okay.
Okay. So for the first is what will lead to air pollution. Yeah. For the first step, for the first one, I think is factory. Yeah. For the factory, the factory production emits a wide virus of pollution in the atmosphere. Yeah. For the next one is I think is transportation. Yeah, transportation about automobiles, trains, airplanes, and ships are the main transportation tools of the day, right? So so the exhaust and gases from the coal or the oil are also important pollution.
Oil.
Yeah. Okay. For the last one is the smoke from the forest fires.
Smoke from the
Forest fires.
forest fields.
Yeah, for the forest fire. When the forest fire has a very huge smoke, right?
Oh.
Yeah, and it also will influence the air pollution. Okay. So so for the what air pollution will affect, I think the first one is our human for the human body, yeah, because we can easy to get sick. Yeah. And for the next one is home to the plants. And when the concentration of the leaf to wither or and fall off. Okay. And the last one is effective the clam.
Clam.
The clam.
Clam.
The one that we eat.
No.
Eh?
C-R-I-M-A-T.
C-R-A.
C-R-I-M-A-T. Clamming.
Climate change.
Oh, climate change.
Yeah. Because the main question is the greenhouse.
Greenhouse.
Yeah, you
Yes.
have the greenhouse. And the songs will influence our human health. It's very important. And also the acid rain. The acid rain.
Sorry?
Acid rain.
Acid rain.
Acid rain.
Yeah.
Acid rain.
So that's my news.
I got one question for you.
Okay.
Is there any effective way to prevent the smoke from the factory?
Yep.
That can cause air pollution to our environment. Is there any effective way to prevent the smoke release from the factory?
I got
idea?
answer. I think for factory, many of modern factory they are using a filter.
Yeah.
At their houses.
Almost in China, because China is a very big development country, right? So at my hometown also have many factories and not very different like the Malaysia. Malaysia environment is very good, right? In our China, yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, for China, do you know the PM 2.5?
PM 2.5.
Yeah, do you know?
Don't know.
Yeah, because in China we also use this. Because I think Malaysia is about 10 or 15. In China is
What is that?
my hometown.
What is that
It's very small. So when you breathe, you can get the very small
Dust.
Particle or dust or something.
Dust.
dust. Yeah,
Dust.
this is something like
Dust.
that. Okay, in Malaysia it's very very short, very
Bad.
Low.
Low.
Yeah. In China it's about 500. It's so high, very high.
Okay, I see. Thank
So
you.
the factory, I think when our country is maybe developed model, because the UK also have the time, right? You know, when about 100 years ago, they also have the civilization.
So raise up their country.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
It's a good topic.
So I have the question. So it's just a personal opinion lah. So you guys know that people do smoking, right? So does smoking contribute to the air pollution?
I think it's very small.
Small.
Are you sure? Because they're like most of people do smoke. So
Yeah, they contribute. But
Because
not much.
dia not much, huh?
I'm not smoker, but to when we want to compare to another thing that can cause pollutions, smoker are the not much. The less that can contribute to air pollution.
Okay.
But smoke are no good, so
Yeah.
I think we can tell our friend stop smoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so how about you, Sufia?
So basically my topic is it have something related with the environment, but specifically it's more for the human benefits. So what I'm going to propose for today's topic is about how to survive in wilderness. So do you guys have any any idea about how to survive in wilderness?
Wilderness?
What do you mean
what
by
do you think?
Wilderness is like okay. Let's say I give you guys an scenario. So let's say you guys went to the wood or to the forest. Then you guys have the interest to take pictures in the woods, but it turns out that you guys are lost and couldn't find a way back. So that is the meaning of wilderness. It means that you guys are actually stranded in the forest or stranded in the sea, something like that.
Okay.
So
You mean alone or in a group?
basically, it can happen alone or in a group.
So what your question?
What is your guys' opinion?
Opinion or
Idea. I was asking about your guys' idea, but it seems that you guys don't really know about wilderness, right?
okay.
So it's okay. I'm going to explain. So the scenario is like if you guys went to for example, for jungle trekking or climbing to the mountain, like Mount Kinabalu, which is famous, and it turns out that you guys are lost from the track. Do you guys have any idea on what to do next?
Okay, I'm as a president of Secretariat Recreations di Police. President, just a secretary. I have a join at the Gunung Nuang. So before start to climbing at the Gunung Nuang Selangor, the highest mountain. Okay, so we have like schedule. What not schedule, like macam like notice when we lost track, so we must follow the sun. What we call the sunshine or sunshine? Not sunshine.
Sunlight.
Yeah, sunlight. Like because sun
Rise from the east.
rise from the east, something like that. I'm so so we must follow that thing. They are the way to
Survive.
survive.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just now your topic is about how to survive in wilderness. Oh, I see.
So basically, when I was a little girl, I used to read a comic. The comic, it's a very useful comic because it states that when we are lost in jungle, what to do. When we are stranded in the island, what to do. So it's actually a good comic, but I can't really remember the name. But it's a really fun comic. So basically, there are several things that you guys have to do before going on a trip or anywhere that is related to somewhere that you guys don't even know that place, especially if you guys went to the forest. So first of all, the first thing that you guys have to do is be prepared. So basically, when we went out for any jungle trip or anything, we have to be well prepared, like preparing for the medication, prepare for the water, food, yeah, something like that, and for anything that could hurt you guys. And then after that, if you guys turns out to be missing and turns out that you guys are lost in the jungle, anything, first of all, you guys have to stay calm. So because most of us, when we are lost, we'll be like, oh my god, what to do? So when you guys are not calm, it will actually make you guys more lost into the woods, because it's like when you're not calm, you'll be like running all the way, right? So if you're calm, you'll stay, sit and think on what to do next. Like you'll be more rational. So other than that, seek for a shelter. Basically, you guys can try making a shelter of your own, just to make sure that you guys are warm enough and not cold. Because if you guys are cool enough, you guys can get pneumonia.
What kind of sick?
It's kind of a fever that you guys can get if you guys are exposed to the cold. Okay. Other than that, you guys have to build a fire. If you guys, I think that most of us don't really know how to build a fire, but maybe you guys can actually have the idea of maybe try to make it, try to gather the dry leaves and all, or the dry twigs, the dry sticks, and try to make the fire by, usually people try to make fire by using the sticks or the rock.
Stick and rock.
Usually like that. Or if you guys have a lighter and all, you guys can try. Yeah. After that, try to signal your location. So basically, when we are lost, we'll try to make a signal like maybe guys can try yelling, but I don't really suggest yelling because it's kind of dangerous, especially if it's forest, because you attract the predators, right? So other than that, we can like smash things or whistling, or like mostly people do make signal by going to the going to the top, or making something to burn so that the smoke will inform other people, or they will go to the landfill and make some kind of signal where you could gather stuffs and write down something like help or ASAP, something like that. Yeah, SOS, something like that. Other than that, when you guys are lost to the forest, try to find water and food. So basically, we can live 2 weeks without food, but we cannot live without water. So try your best to find water. Usually, like what I've learned, we can actually drink water from plants. Like if you guys can find a periuk, I can't really remember in English. There's a plant called periuk, but I can't remember in English. We can actually drink the water from it. And apart from that, I heard about a cactus where we can drink water from cactus. I don't really know how. And
we can feel dizzy, right, when we
drink
cactus.
I'm not
Have
sure.
you tried?
Never tried.
I
Try.
heard from the other side.
Nice.
It really feel dizzy.
Other than that, we can also try to eat animals, but I believe that most of us won't hunt animals and all. So based on my reading from the dailyboost.com, we can actually try to eat insects. But I don't think that all of us won't want to eat insects, right? So basically, just a guideline. If you guys are really hungry, just trying to find insects that are not bright in colors and not furry and don't have bad smells. Okay? So I guess that's all from me. Do you guys have any questions?
I got one question. So how if we stranded in the middle of the sea?
In the middle of the sea?
Yes, like something like have you watched Titanic, right? There is a ferry, I mean a ship that's sink to the bottom, and just one of them only survive. So how can we survive in the middle of the sea?
Oh my God, alone.
Alone, yes. How can we make fire? How
It's
can
easy.
How can
Because
we?
sea have water.
It's a salt water.
It's salt water, yes. So how can you survive in the middle of the sea? Is there any chance to survive? Oh no.
Have chance.
There is chance. There's always chance.
There's always chance in everything.
Because I think when the ship what we call crack or something,
Yes.
so we can berpaut. What in English?
Hang on.
Hang on at the purpose of things. So we can survive in a
Period of time.
period of time. For
Alright.
the food, we can just eat the fish.
How to get the fish?
How to make the fire? Because we already exposed to the cold. We can get the pneumonia easily. This is just a general question.
So what do you answer?
So based on the comic that I read when I was little, there is actually a way to survive in the sea. I can't really remember how, but there's some kind of filtration that was done because there's no water, right? There's water, but the water in the sea is not good for us. It could cause us dehydration. So I can't really remember well, but there's actually a system where we could try to filter the salt. I can't really remember how, but yeah, to get the purified water, we have to filter the salt water. But then for having the food like fish, I can't really remember. But there's some kind of stuff that you gather and you try to make the fishing rope. Yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
That's a good. That's a life hack, I think.
Okay.
How about you?
So last but not least, for my part, so I want to talk about ozone layer. So basically, from my reading, global environment facility.org, do you know about the layer of Earth, which is starting from troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, and also thermosphere? So actually, ozone layer is mainly being held at the bottom layer of the stratosphere, which is about 20 to 30 kilometer from the ground. Which while the troposphere only contain about 10% of the ozone layer, which is only 10 kilometer from the ground. So actually, the ozone layer is thinning nowadays because of the release of the harmful gases such as CFC, CTC, and also HCFC. CFC actually chlorofluorocarbon that released from the air conditioner, aerosol, while for CTC is actually carbon tetrachloride that mostly released from toxic substances such as cleaning fluid from industry. So that basically the source that can thinning our ozone layer nowadays. So actually ozone layer is important. So my topic is actually the importance of the ozone layer. So the ozone layer right now is thinning, and the UV rays. So actually the ozone layer helps the UV ray from penetrates the ozone layer, penetrates through the troposphere to go through the earth, that can cause very bad damage to human, which is skin cancer and also irritate our skin. So actually ozone layer also protect living things from harmful ultraviolet rays from sun, and also it can protect the plants, which is that help us, such like Syakir said before, to plants to have a better circulation, respiration, also to produce oxygen for human being. So actually the ozone layer got very I think what I mean the ozone layer is very important for human being. So if my topic is going to our news, I will explain more in the in the news. So is there any question for me about ozone layer?
Okay, I have a questions.
Alright.
So like you say before this, aircon, the refrigerant that used for air conditioner can give depletion of ozone layer, right?
Yes.
So how to
prevent?
Because
Actually,
we use aircon.
Yeah, because nowadays everywhere we use aircons, right? But actually our ozone layer keeps thinning every day. Right now we still didn't have any effective initiative to prevent our thinning of ozone layer, because the harmful gases always keep released from the industry, from the air conditioner, because people like everybody else, they doesn't even care about the ozone layer. They just care about their comfortable. They want to use aircon, they want to use the refrigerator without thinking about the harmful effect that can cause our atmosphere for a period of time in the future.
Okay, just to add up, I actually heard about aircon that could actually not contribute to the ozone layer. So I think that because of the technology, so the aircon nowadays are not harmful for the ozone layer. That's what I heard. But I'm not really sure about it. But maybe there is aircon that.
I think there is already something that, like Sufia said before, maybe I can add on into the news about the technology that can prevent our thinning of ozone layer.
You can also add on for transportations. Before this I intern at Proton, so they tell us that we not use R12. R12 like nitrogen or chlorine, something like that, that can depletion our ozone layer. Nowadays, something like 1985 and above. For the car, we use refrigerant R134A, something like that. That replace the R12. That can cause ozone layer.
Oh.
So I think human are being more
Cautious.
have a precaution, right?
Yeah. Okay, that's something new for me. Alright. So we already came to our end of discussion. So before that, we want to vote which topic that we are going to include in our news. So we start first with SHAKIR topic, which is about benefit to preserve our nature. So how many of us vote for this topic? Alright. So 2. So the second topic, which is from Vince, which is about air pollution. How many of we vote about air pollution? 2. Alright, so next one is from SUFIA, how to survive in wilderness. Alright, 2. Okay, got 2. So last but not least is my topic, which is the importance of ozone layer. So many of us to vote this topic? 2. Okay, 3. So we already got
Ui, where to?
there is 3 topic that we have the same vote. So I think the air pollution can be combined with the benefit to preserve nature. So I think that's the most suitable topic to be included in this topic, this news, right?
Alright.
So we're going to end our discussion, which is we already agreed to talk about importance of ozone layer and also the benefit to preserve our environment. So that's all from us. Group 162, let's 2049. I got news for you. Group discussion video 5. Thank you.
Thank you. Lu tengok tengah cuma 1 minit je. Kita dah berbual akal lah tu 8 orang.